he was the best centre-back in the league. Just playing 2 seconds would have been enough to put him in this list. He will be the last player I would like to face as a centre-back. I'm going for Peter Cech, basically because he's done the most amazing saves I've seen with my eyes, not just during the game but also in training. His work ethic was second to none, and he was one of the best goalies we've had in the last decades. I go for, we call him Iva, it's Ivanovic. I loved him just also as a guy. He was a tough man, a tough hard worker, and he was a defender that could play in any position. He could score amazing headers, like he scored in the Europa League final. He was always winning every duel he had. Good in the air, good in the floor. Such a good player, and I was thinking there with Azpilicueta as well, because I played with him in the Spanish team and 1 year at Chelsea. So that was a close one, and I also have a very good relationship with Aspi.
I mean, the big name that kind of stands out here is Dani Alves. Why not him?
I remember my debut with Barca. He was playing, and he was yeah, as you mentioned, he was probably the best right back we've seen. Offensive and defensively, I think he was quite a good right back as well. So he is probably a similar reason as Peter Cech. With Dani Alves, I did play with him, but not long enough to put him in the list. I would rather choose Iva and have him in my team. Centre backs, I'm going for JT and Birch, John Terry and Virgil van Dijk. I think John Terry is, there is no words to describe him as a centre back. He did everything well. Green headers, good with the ball, good long balls, also good leader. So I think he was one of the nicest surprises that I had when I moved to Chelsea. Being able to see him and to see how he worked was such a good lesson. I remember the first day I went to the dressing room. He gave me his number. He came to me. He said, "If you ever need anything, just come to me. I'll be here to help you." Although I never called him. I never bothered him. But I think the gesture was enough, and it was a very nice thing to do. And Virgil, he was with us the 2 seasons that he was the best centre back in the league. He was winning everything, and he was scoring goals. Amazing, fast, strong, good technically. And I have to put him in there because it was so easy to play with him. You knew that every ball that was in the space or every duel that he had, he was going to win it. So that made things a lot easier. Ryan Bertrand, I think he's the player I played the most years with. I played my 6 years at Southampton plus 2 at Chelsea. It's over 8 years together. So it's been nice to see him developing himself and having such a good career. He's 31 or 32 now, and I think he's been a great servant for us. I think he has to be there. He's such a good player, being able to go up and down, strong. He's been always fit, always ready for the team. So yeah. Jordi Alba, played with him in the World Cup on the 20s, plus I think in the Olympic Games. So yeah, no, what can we say about him or Ashley Cole? Yeah, they've been one of the greatest. But I wanna look at the overall picture, and yeah, I need to pick Betty instead. Probably as a 6, I will put Thiago. When I was 13, Barca, he moved from north of Spain to Barcelona, and he started playing with us. I played with him 5 or 6 seasons plus some tournaments with the national team, and he's an amazing player. You could see since he started, he did like a trial when he came, and you could see he had something different, the ability to take people on, to see some amazing movements, to put some amazing balls, the no looking pass. He had a genius touch.
There was that very famous midfield, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. How much time did you actually kind of spend with those guys, and what sort of impression did they leave on you?
It was a life lesson. I mean, like, training with them was the best thing I could have ever had as a young kid coming up through the academy. I remember in my first training session, we had like possession game, and the ball was flying, bam, bam. The floaters were Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets. And I never saw the ball moving that quick. I didn't even know the ball could move that quick. So that was one of the wake-up calls. Thinking, if you want to get to the top, you need to liven up. You need to speed up your game. Otherwise, there's no chance. Next will be probably not. People may not know him that much, but he's called Parejo. He's played for Valencia many years. I enjoyed a lot playing with him. He's a player that he's really clever. He doesn't run a lot, but he's always in the right position. He's always giving the right pass or leading the team, commanding the team. When I played with him at Valencia and also on the 20 World Cup again, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a joy to play alongside him, and every minute was beautiful.
One of the names that stands out for me there, and not one that I would have thought that you played with, Kevin De Bruyne. Did you have much interaction with him at Chelsea?
I played against him. In fact, also when my Champions League debut for Chelsea, we played against Genk, and I remember already Villas was highlighting the winger that Genk had, and he was young Kevin De Bruyne. And yeah, I played with him, and he was a very good player, but he's turned out to be the same as Salah, for example, or Lukaku at Chelsea. They were doing well, but their career, they just made a massive step forward, and they've gone to become world-class players. The next midfielder is going to be the number 8 JWP, James Ward-Prowse. I really like Prowse. I'm a big fan of him as well. He's a player that does everything and does everything well. His free kicks, no need to mention, but also his ability, his work rate, his leadership, his skills, and his game is getting better and better. And I'm sure he can even improve his game for next season, and we can see more mature and brave Prowse that's going to lead the team for the next few seasons, definitely.
Have you ever seen anyone else take a free kick like Prowse?
No. Not just in the game, but you see him during the week practicing, and his accuracy it's amazing. I always say the way he hits the ball is always so clean that I play football also, and I kind of more or less sometimes hit the ball, but once is good, and 5 times is just not the right flight, not the right position. Whereas he is always 99% of the times the way he wraps the ball and the way he hits it is perfect. And I haven't seen any player doing with that consistency, no that easily. It's amazing. One's gonna be Drogba. He scored that goal in Champions League final. It was one of the nicest days in my career in football, and he was a striker that was able to do anything. I mean, he will be the last player I would like to face as a centre back. He was able to be strong in the air, be good with the ball, be able to take you on 1v1s.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What was it like when he turned up at the training ground?
Yeah, it was the season that he signed was the season that I trained with him, and my debut he was playing that game as well. So I had the chance to play with him, and he scored the goal that we scored. But he was a nice guy, and he was getting on very well with the players. And I remember a couple of times, again, small-sided games, he would have just 1 meter, put the ball a little bit away from his feet, and boom, smash the ball with a hit. He had 48 size, which I don't know what's in the UK, but it's a massive feat. And he was able to hit the ball so hard. I don't think I've ever seen someone hitting the ball that hard. That size, that technique, amazing player. The other one is going to be Ings. I want to put Danny in there. Danny's ability to finish and ability to find the box has really surprised me. I didn't know him before he moved to Southampton. I hadn't really seen him playing before, and he's a very good striker. He's a very good player. His work rate is amazing as well. Sometimes when strikers are scoring goals, they don't want to make those efforts for the team, and Danny is not one of them. Danny is always helping in anything he can, and his last decisions have been really, really good. The best finisher I played at Southampton, yeah, probably him or Graziano Pelle. He was also very good, and he had the ability to have different ways of finishing, whether header or finishing with right or left foot. But I like Danny because probably he's a small player, you don't expect it too much, but all of a sudden he just squeezes in and ends up having a shot and putting it in the bottom corner or top corner. And to finish, I will have to go for Messi. Before I said that I didn't play long enough with Messi. Just playing 2 seconds would have been enough to put him in this list. He is to me the best player I've seen with my eyes, not just on TV but also in life. I remember playing small sided games, and if he wanted to win, he was gonna win. He was gonna get the ball between 4 players, get past them, and put it in the top corner. He was different. I don't know, different or genius or magic. He had something that we don't have. We are like players, professional players. We're not in that level. He's just above everyone else, and it was a joy to play with him, against him, and to watch him training.
In terms of a lot of these like global superstars, particularly the Barcelona boys, are there any that you still speak to and you're still in touch with?
A few months ago, I had a doubt because there were 2 or 3 things that I wanted to understand a little bit better and to improve my game. And I was talking to a friend of mine who helps me sometimes to analyze my games, and we were thinking, what is the play that was doing this perfectly? It was like being focused and determined to have a good game for 90 minutes. And then I thought Xavi was probably one of the examples that I don't remember him giving the ball away. So then I had his number and I said, why not? I'm gonna ask him if he had any reminder, or if he had anything to keep himself always at that level and playing that good. And I did text him and I did send him a message because he comes across as a very nice person, and I sometimes talk to him. So yeah, he replied. He said what he was doing and what he was thinking, and that was a very nice message. I enjoyed it a lot, having the chance to hear an advice or to have an advice from him. Is amazing. Once you've been in different groups, you know how important it is to get the right atmosphere within the lads. And in here, I just wanted to find a bit of a nice mixture. The different teams and clubs that I've played with. But yeah, I look at the starting 11. I like it. I think it would be a strong team, and it would be a tough team to play against.